Welcome to SwillinGrog's Wonderful World of Beer. Well, it's Boxing Day night and I've got some time once again to do a beer review. So this evening I'll be reviewing Helles Schlenkerla Lagerbier, 4.3% alcohol by volume, a product of Bamberg, Germany. Now, earlier in the year, I think it was July, I reviewed Schlenkerla Lagerbier, which I really enjoyed immensely. Unlike it, this one doesn't use smoked malts, but is actually brewed in the same copper kettles that all their beers that do use smoked malts are. So it is said to have an inherently smoky flavour, even though it doesn't use the smoked malts. Anyway, I'm very keen to try this. I've never tried it before, so I think without further ado, I'll grab the old Kegworks bottle opener and pop off the cap. Okay, not seeing any smoke there. And I'll grab the Spiegelau lager glass and give it a nice pour. Actually, I just saw a little bit of smoke then. Okay, so just pouring it out, not too aggressively. Okay, it doesn't look like I'm going to get much head from this. Okay. Alright, there we go. So let's make an assessment of the appearance, as we always do. Okay, well, the appearance is a slightly hazy, golden yellow colour with, surprising amount of carbonation there. Hopefully the camera is picking that up. A, disappointing amount of, bright white head. But, sometimes that's how it goes. As you can see, I didn't really, pour it too aggressively, but still not much in the way of head, just a fine ring of head in fact. But I am expecting this to be a pretty good brew, so let's go with the aroma. Alright, well, what I'm picking up is, some sweet, bready malts there. What you would expect of a, Munich Helles lager. And, there is some slight sort of smokiness there as well that I was expecting. In the background there's some sort of honey and sort of lemon zest as well. And yeah, I mean, a bit of sort of grass there too, but it's not very pronounced. But all in all, it's a pleasant aroma, so it does compel one to want to dive in. So that does bring us to the most important part of the review, the taste test. So cheers to you all. Alright, well, the taste really does follow the nose. It has a nice little hot bite. I'm really picking up, those sweet, bready malts. They're absolutely delicious. It's a beer that just goes down like really smooth. And that smokiness is there, and it really does, accentuate the flavour of those, bready malts as well. It's got sort of a smoky sort of, woody taste there that, it does kind of, linger in the palate, and, it's quite pleasant actually. And the finish is, relatively dry as well, as you would expect from, this type of brew, but, gee whiz, it's, really quite impressive. So on that note, I do need to have another gulp. Well, it's certainly holding that taste profile. It's absolutely delicious. I'm really, liking this, immensely. It's of course very drinkable and very sessionable. I think the only thing letting it down is the price point. I can't remember exactly what I paid for this. It was a while ago that I procured it, but it wasn't cheap. But it's certainly still worth checking out if you can get your hands on it. It's a really extraordinary brew, a fine example of this style, and an interesting spin on the style as well with the, the smoky flavour there too. Anyway, I do need to give it a score out of 10, but I have to have another gulp before I do that. Oh, gee whiz, this is just so smooth and easy drinking. I could have a great session on this, I tell you. Alright, so in conclusion, as you probably guessed, I'm really impressed with this brew. It's absolutely delicious, and also has some kind of unique characteristics to it that really make it stand out from the rest. So I would be inclined to give it a 10 out of 10. Alright, that probably doesn't surprise a lot of you there, but it is really superb, and yeah, once again I highly recommend it to you all. Anyway, that does bring us to the end of yet another SwillinGrog beer review. Hopefully I'll do another one before the year's out, but yeah, with my busy schedule I can't make any promises. Okay, so that's it from me. So until next time, fare thee well, all.